What should have been a casual first few moments turned into an explosion of speculation that rocked both the entertainment and fashion worlds. Who would have thought that what seemed like a relaxing getaway in the romantic city of Milan would actually reveal a major move that had been secretly planned? When paparazzi cameras captured Kai and Tan Songyun together on the stylish streets, the public initially saw only the sweet story of two superstars. However, within hours, the narrative completely changed, pointing to something much bigger, more strategic, and perhaps more planned than we imagined. Milan, a city synonymous with luxury and global influence in the fashion industry, is no casual destination. Every corner holds a multi-million-dollar business story, and every encounter there almost always has a deeper meaning. So when Kai and Tan Songyun were spotted strolling through the city center, many initially assumed it was just a quick escape from their busy schedules. But everything changed when other photos began to circulate. In the same image, they were seen entering an exclusive building known for meeting fashion industry heavyweights. No longer mere tourists, the two looked like they were part of something much more serious. Speculation erupted. Was this really a vacation? Or was it just a clever move, meticulously disguised? The public began to question the motives behind this trip, especially since the timing and location seemed too coincidental to be considered purely personal. It didn't take long for the facts to emerge. What initially seemed like a casual meeting was actually part of a major negotiation between Kai and an Italian luxury fashion house. The big name, long synonymous with exclusivity and global prestige, was now reportedly opening its doors to a new face from Asia. What made the whole thing even more intriguing was the way it was orchestrated. There was no press conference, no official announcement from the start. Everything was proceeding quietly, almost like a covert operation that could only be understood as the pieces of information began to fall into place. Kai, with his internationally renowned image, was no stranger to endorsement deals. But becoming a global brand ambassador for an Italian fashion house was no ordinary career move. It was a major leap that placed him on a much wider global stage. Meanwhile, Tan Songyun's presence at his side added another layer of mystery. Was she simply a companion? Or was there another role yet to be revealed? Their seemingly casual interaction only heightened public curiosity. Many industry observers believe this strategy was no accident. Combining the narrative of a romantic getaway with a business meeting was a clever way to create buzz without appearing overly aggressive. It wasn't just about the contract, it was about building a story. And it worked. In no time, Kai's name was trending again, not only in China but also on various international platforms. Everyone wanted to know what exactly was happening in Milan. Interestingly, neither party immediately offered any clarification. This silence only heightened public curiosity. In the modern entertainment world, mystery is often more powerful than official announcements. On the other hand, this move also signaled a major shift in global branding strategies. The fashion industry is increasingly open to Asian influences, and selecting Kai could be a strong signal that this market can no longer be ignored. Milan is witnessing how the lines between personal and professional life are increasingly blurring. What seems like a casual moment could actually be part of a high-stakes negotiation. And amidst it all, Kai remained calm, as if all this attention had been prearranged. Is this part of her public persona, or is it proof that she's ready for the next level? Tan Songyun is no less eye-catching. Her presence adds a dynamic that's hard to ignore, leading many to wonder if she, too, has her own agenda on this journey. If this is indeed a strategy, it's one of the most successful in recent memory. Combining elements of romance, mystery, and business into one compelling narrative is a move rarely seen so subtly executed. But one thing is for sure, this journey has changed the way the public views these two. They're not just an actor and actress. They're now part of a larger game involving global image and industry influence. And when confirmation finally began to emerge that Kai was indeed in the process of becoming a global brand ambassador, all the pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. Still, the initial questions haven't completely disappeared. Is this truly a beautiful coincidence, or a perfectly orchestrated scenario? The definitive answer may only be known to those behind the scenes. What's clear is that Milan isn't just a backdrop in this story. It's the center stage for a major move that could change the course of Kai's career and solidify his position in the global industry. And for the public, this isn't just news. It's a real drama unfolding in the real world, with all the intrigue, strategy, and surprises that keep us eager to see what happens next. As time passed, small details that had previously been overlooked began to come to light. Their arrival times, hotel choices, and schedules that seemed too neat for a spontaneous vacation all began to be analyzed by fans and the media. Many noticed that their every move in Milan seemed to follow a certain pattern. Some industry sources even hinted that the meeting had been planned well in advance. If so, then this vacation was merely the outer layer of a much more complex strategy. An approach that was not only clever, but also highly effective in building public anticipation. What made the situation even more intriguing was how the two stars maintained a relaxed demeanor in front of the cameras. Kai was seen enjoying coffee at a street cafe, while Tan Songyun smiled in every captured moment. But behind it all, it was likely that every move was meticulously calculated. For the fashion houses involved, this wasn't just about choosing brand ambassadors. It was about creating moments. In a world overloaded with information, attention is the most valuable currency. And they managed to secure it in an unconventional way. Undeniably, the public also played a major role in amplifying this story. Every speculation, every theory, and every discussion on social media contributes to the narrative being built. Without realizing it, everyone becomes part of the campaign. Interestingly, this approach could become a new trend. Instead of relying on formal announcements, brands and celebrities can now choose to tell stories through seemingly natural moments. A strategy that is more emotional and more readily accepted by modern audiences. But behind all the sophistication of this strategy, there remains a human side that is hard to ignore. Is it possible that amidst all this big agenda, they actually took the time to enjoy Milan as ordinary tourists? This question adds another dimension to the developing story. The combination of reality and possibility makes this story feel like a living drama. Not entirely fictional, but not entirely transparent either. And that is precisely where its appeal lies. Ultimately, this trip will be remembered not just as a visit to Milan, but as a pivotal point in their careers and public image. Whether it was a vacation that turned into a major opportunity or a well-thought-out plan disguised perfectly, this story has left a lasting mark.